Hey everybody, today I'm down here at the Port of Baltimore and we are loading up this Kobelco SK210 LC excavator. Hey everybody, this is Cliff here with Hamilton Transportation. Welcome to the channel. Today I am at the port. I am picking up a Kobelco excavator. The weird thing about this one is usually you pick up from Mid-Atlantic Terminal or Shed 12 or Syracuse Terminal and they have a bunch of equipment. Today they sent me into a place called Amports, lot 1500. So on the delivery order, which is kind of the paperwork you need to pick up, they had it listed at lot 1500 and then it said for key, see the guard at 5th and C Street. So I just went to 5th and C Street, talked to the guard. She gave me a key, but she wasn't sure where the equipment is. So she kind of pointed me in that direction. So I guess we're just gonna go on a hunt and see if we can find some Kobelco excavators. So, you know, it's a crapshoot when you come to the port sometime, but we'll find it, we'll get it loaded up, and then we have to come back here to get signed out. So for now, let's go looking for an excavator. Alright, you guys keep your eyes peeled for Kobelco excavators. It said lot 1500, which I believe is up here. Oh, I see some. A whole bunch of them over there. So I don't know what the best way to get back there to it is. I guess we'll go down and around. Actually, we can cut through right here. So we are looking for an SK210 LC11. Those look too big, the ones over here. Yeah, so that's an SK350. There's SK210s. Here, this row. Okay. That row has a big electrical box in it, so we're gonna pull in here. Some over here too. I'm just gonna have to search for it. Alright, now there's nothing for it but to get out and look. Alright guys, I'm gonna try this with this mic. I'm still learning how to use this apparently. So the one video, I had so much wind noise on it you could barely hear me, and I do apologize for that. So I'm trying it with this windsock on here because it is windy again here today. Not as bad, it is a little windy. So we are looking for an SK210. I have to grab my paperwork so we know the serial number. All right. So, let's see. Do we have a serial number? There it is. 30098 is what we're looking for. So, there was one down here. This is an SK210. Looking for... This is 30203. And we are looking for... Gosh. 30098. Alright. There's a 210. 30159. We need 30098. That's 210. Hey, look at that. There we are. 30098. Alright. I parked in the perfect spot. So here we are. Kobelco SK210. Looks like they've been sitting here a while. They have cobwebs on them. Look at that. They're covered in cobwebs. Well, I hope it starts. I ought to look for a battery disconnect. Maybe they turned the batteries off. Well, other than the cobwebs, it looks all right. See if we can find that battery disconnect. I hope I'm not going to have to get a jump on this. That would not be good. Oh, it's locked. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. Alright, there's the battery power switch, and it is definitely on. So, that's probably not a good thing. Alright. Well, hopefully she fires up. For assistance, 5th and C, ports guard, papers returned on the car within stamp driver's post, exit the marine terminal. Okay. Alright. Well, it's got some juice. Hey, fired right up. So, alright. I believe I'm gonna sit here, or let this sit here and run for a little bit, because I think it's been sitting for quite a while. Oh, that must be the horn button. Alright. So, and I will go ahead and break down. And then we can get this bad boy loaded up. Alright, I just wanted to get straightened out so that the neck comes off of the trailer straight. So this one should go fairly quickly because I just delivered a John Deere excavator down here to another terminal on the port. So I just went ahead and left my lights going and my banners on and all my chains out because I knew I was coming to get another one. So everything's already out and ready to go. I just gotta, get it loaded up and chained down. All right, I believe we are ready to put this thing on. So we are facing the right direction, meaning the drive motors are at the end that the boom is at, so we don't have to turn it around. Ooh. Short guy driving this. I always like to curl that in. It sits the boom a little lower. Oh, wrong way. I just said the drive motors are on this end, so it would have to be backwards, wouldn't we? Climb up here nice and slow. Well, I should have got my block back out. It's alright. I'll have to do that. Now, let's get my block out and put it down here. I didn't know if this one would have a bucket on it or what, so I'll put this block in here. But it does not, so we'll set it right there. So once you learn where, you know, different size excavators like to sit on your trailer, then you have a pretty good idea when you're loading them where to put the boom and everything. So this one is like 48,000 pounds, which is pretty much the same as the John Deere I just delivered, which makes sense because the John Deere I just delivered was also a 210. There we go. All right, I am pretty confident about that. So we're gonna shut it off. We'll get the truck hooked back up, chain her down, and then we'll have to go back over and see the guard to get our paperwork so we can get off the port with this thing. All right, so what do you guys think? Are we straight? Are we even? Well, it looks pretty good to me. All right, let's get hooked back up, get some chains on this thing. I'm pretty happy about this because it's a Wednesday and I get this loaded pretty quickly and I'll be home with a nice evening at home, which has not been the case here lately. right, let's start putting some air to this thing so we can figure out our weights, which honestly, this one should be real similar to that John Deere we just delivered. Like I said, that was also a 210 and the weight was just about the same too. So I'm sure the permit weights will be just about exactly what that one was. So I'm just going to set the idle up and then put some air to the trailer. And then I'm going to start chaining. And like an easy bake oven, when the truck goes, we will be ready to get some weights and start pulling our permits. So you guys listen for that. Oh, I kind of like that. So this one, most excavators, they'll have their tie down points down on this lower part of the frame. Kobelco actually put them up higher, which I like because it gets you pulling down a little more. So that's pretty nifty. I like that. And of course, just like everybody except for Cat, they have their tie down points so you can get a slip hook in them. You guys hear it? All right, so that little pop means that we are full of air. Now we can call and give Jen some weights, or some pressures rather. All right, so we got Jen working on pulling the permits, so we can finish getting this thing chained down, and then we have to go back over to the little guard shack and get checked out. We got this one all loaded up. had to stop and bring the camera inside because it was starting to rain. So we sat through some traffic there because they had a lane closed. And I wanted to say something about lane closures. So I see this all the time where, you know, PennDOT or whatever state you're in, they'll have a lane closed. So the right lane is closed. And they have a sign up that says right lane closed, whatever, 2 miles, 1 mile. And everybody immediately gets into the left lane, and then all traffic backs up, and nobody uses the right lane for a mile. But the right lane is open for another mile. So I am pleading with everybody out there, if you're watching this, if they close the right lane, you can stay in the right lane until they merge. The correct way to do this, and I got this from a state trooper, is to stay in your lane, use both lanes up until the point one lane ends, and then you zipper in to keep traffic flowing. If people would do that, everything would flow so much better. And people would be far less upset, because I was in the right lane the whole time and just passing people in the left lane that were sitting there, and I know they're pissed off at me, but I mean, there was even a sign on this occasion down there that said use both lanes until merge point. So again, just use both of the lanes until one of them is closed. If the lane's open, use it. That's it. So I don't know, I see it happen all the time where everybody merges way too early into one lane, and then it just backs up. And if everybody would just slow down and use both and then zipper in, it would flow so much better. So anyway, that's my rant about lane closures and merging. Back to the regularly scheduled programming.
The sun has retired, it's night across this day. Horizon is calling to trees that are falling on anything in their way. See how it's rising, see how it's rising, see how it's rising. Run from the fire, run from the fire, run from the fire. See how it's rising, see how it's rising, see how it's rising.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it back home. So until the morning. Morning, guys. So we got over here to the lot. It's just about sunrise. We're gonna get going. Headed up to Syracuse, New York. Should be some beautiful scenery along the way, so I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you when we get up there to get unloaded. I've arrived up here in Syracuse, so let's get this thing unchained and unloaded. Oh, looks like it's gonna start raining on me too, so we'll have to be quick. All right, should we get this thing unloaded? You want me to unload it or you want to? Me too? All right. What's that?
If you want to do it, I thought you were talking about am I here for you.
Oh, I don't care.
It don't matter to me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I put it on, so.
/sponsorship.
This is the second time I've seen you.
Yeah, I brought a wheel loader up like a month ago, I think.
I think so, roughly, yeah.
Yep.
If you want, comment right here. I'm going to do receiving on it. I can take care of it later.
Yep. Somebody left the air on in this thing. There we go. Turned it off. Radio is also on. There we go. We got the radio off. That is noisy. Just spin around again. Whoops. Almost dropped you guys. All right, that should do her. All right, I'll go grab my paperwork for you. Try to get out of here before it starts raining too much.
Yeah, I know. It's starting to pick up now.
All right. Want to sign one of those for me? You can have the other one.
Anywhere? Right there, maybe?
Yeah, I think consignee. Yeah, wherever. Did you print your name on that as well?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Thank you. All right. You can keep that one?
Yep. Gotta get it off. There you go.
Thanks. All right, that is that load done. So from here, I am headed about 30, I think it's just about 30 miles north up to Constantia, New York to pick up another excavator. That one is an XCMG. So, all right, I did want to show you guys one thing. I had showed you guys before my tires. I did actually manage to get these replaced. So I put 2 new ones there. And then this one had a nail in it. I don't know if I can find, yeah, right there. So I put a plug in that and it is holding up just fine. And then the other one that I showed you was this one. And let's see if I can find where it was leaking, right there. So, and I put a plug in that one and it is holding up just fine. So it kind of frustrates me because you take these tires to a tire shop and they insist that it has to be a plug patch, and they have to dismount the tire and scuff it up and heat it and put cement on it and all this other stuff. It takes like 2 hours. Well, it shouldn't take 2 hours, but it usually does. And then they charge you an arm and a leg for it, when literally those 2 plugs I put in those tires took me about 10 minutes. And the whole kit was 50 bucks. And I only used 2 plugs out of it. So I can do a ton of tires out of that one kit. So I just threw that in the box under the bunk in the sleeper. And you know, that way if I get a nail in a tire, I can just pop a plug in it on the road, no problem. So that's about gonna do it for this one. It is starting to rain. So I'm gonna get out of here, but as always, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I do want to send you guys over to, I started another channel months and months ago, but I haven't really been keeping up with it. It's called The Scenic Trucker. So if you guys enjoy just scenery as I'm rolling down the road, that's all that channel is. Scenery and, you know, calm music, good for a background. While you're doing something else, just throw it on the TV and let it play. It's pretty much unedited and just some background music behind it. So if you guys are into that, go check that out. It is The Scenic Trucker. I'll put a link to it. Otherwise, from Syracuse, New York, this is Cliff with Hambleton Transportation. Thank you for watching, and I will see you out there on the road.